Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing what major blessings are coming towards you. And to do this reading we are going to be picking four piles together. 1, 2, how about this, 3 and 4. Let's see what we have for today's reading. For pile number 1, you have the Forgotten. For pile number 2, you have the Weaver. For pile number 3, you have the Fate. And for pile number 4, you have the Astronomer. Very interesting cards for today's reading. Cannot wait to dive right into them. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, you have the Moonstone. Let me adjust that so you can see it. For pile number 2, you have the Zebra Jasper. See that? There we go. For pile number 3, you have the Goldstone. And for pile number 4, you have the Smokey Quartz. So, take a look at which one of these 4 piles or 4 crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile or maybe even more than one crystal, trust your intuition. Sometimes there are just amazing good news for you to hear that are waiting for you to listen to them. So if you're drawn to just one, then trust your intuition. This will be your message for today. If you feel drawn to several or maybe even all, nothing is too much for you. If you're drawn to them, they are your piles. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. We are now about to begin your pile preparation process. If you feel like you need more time to take a look at your piles or crystals properly, please pause the video, take as much time as you need, and then go straight to your reading. Hey Soul family, welcome to your shuffling and pile preparation process. It is so lovely to have you here as we prepare for your piles. And in today's reading, we're taking a look at what major blessings are coming towards you. Cannot wait to begin this reading for you. And to begin, these are the decks that we are going to be using in today's reading. On the left are the Oracle decks, and on the right are the Tarot decks. And if you're interested in any of the decks that I use, do know that I always list them down for you in the description box. So 1, 2, I feel like this one's sticking out. Is that on camera? Ooh, kinda. 1, 2, 3. Let's shuffle. 1, 2. Oh, that's why it's not on camera. We didn't push the cards up. All right. much better. 1, 2, 3. And 4. Okay. Right, moving on to the next deck. I was planning to take 2 this time from this deck, and 2 came out, reminding me. Yeah. As it was slipping, saw the 2, and I was like, yeah, I was planning that as well. So 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Oh, funny how this came out. 1 and 2. All right. On to our last oracle deck. I want to do it kind of this way because I feel like sometimes this deck clunks up. So I want to give a chance for cards to show, you know, like for example, these are clunked up. We can do that. Yeah, and since we did that, we can take 1, right? So that collection we used. Are there anything, is there anything clunked up here? We can take this one. Are we good here? This one's kind of clunked up. We can take this one. Are we good? The rest is good, I think. We can take this one. How about that? All right. Let's now put them back together. All right. So now we're going to start picking up your tarot cards, and we'll be taking, at least that's the plan, 2 cards from each deck. Ooh. So 1. Whoa, Sun card. Guys, if you're watching the pile preparation process, there is a message here for you. Beautiful, positive times are coming up ahead for you. These times are going to be healing. I feel like these times are going to be very rejuvenating. For some of you, this is a very specific message. There may be a child coming up in your life sometime in the near future, or maybe plans for a child. So there's the energy of a child in your reading. I feel also with the coconut, delicious coconut drink here, and the Sun card, this is health as well. You're getting into good health. And I see through the Sun card that one of your major blessings, other than healing and beautiful, positive, powerfully positive times coming up for you, this summer is going to be exceptionally enjoyable for you. So that is a specific message here that you are meant to hear. You're going to persevere. You're going to grow as a person, in your career, in all areas of your life. You know, the light comes into and lights up everything. In your health, your family, your love life, your connections with others. It's really very, very positive. And especially with the shadow here, it may have looked like there used to be perhaps, or maybe there still is some sadness, and it's residing month by month for you. It's residing, and a beautiful positive life is in store for you. It's coming up for you. Sun card shows me that you're going to be a very happy person. This card came out for you guys for a specific reason. It's to tell you, be positive, because your life ahead is super positive. And like I mentioned, for some of you, whether you're aware of it or not, sometime in the future, by aware, I don't mean surprise. By aware is like, I think you may be welcoming the idea of having a child, or maybe you want to have a child and that's coming up. Yeah, it's a positive card overall. So there's happiness related to children here. Okay, so we put 1 card for each deck. Ooh, this one moved. Let's take it. Whoa. Okay, well, it lined up this way for a reason. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, moving on to the next deck. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thank you. Okay. What major blessings are coming towards you soon? What major blessings are coming towards you? Oh, I feel this one. And this one. Oh, this one. What major blessings are coming towards you? Okay. What major blessings are coming towards you? Whoa, there we go. Right, so your 4 piles for today's reading are now ready. Let's put them neatly together so that we can begin your reading straight away. So that is pile number 1. How about we bring in your crystals? That's pile number 1. There we go. With the Moonstone. The zebra Jasper is right there. There we go. So pile number 2 is ready as well. Pile 3. Pile 3 is ready. With the Goldstone. And pile number 4. Pile number 4 is also ready. There we go. With the Smokey Quartz. So, my dear soul family, your 4 piles are now ready. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I love this, I want to say, sacred time, because I truly believe that during the pile preparation process, as you set your intention and that build up of energy is genuinely so sacred before we begin your reading. That's why I always leave it on camera for you to experience. I love having you as part of every single process that is done in the reading, because I don't believe that they are messages for me. I believe at the end of the day, they're messages coming for you. And so that's why I love to keep you as part of everything. Even when I read the cards, I like to show you what message I got so that you are mesmerized by the synchronicity that's coming for you. It's at the end of the day, magic happening for you. And that's why for your readings, I truly like to involve you in every single thing that I do. And I enjoy it with you guys. I enjoy that magical times. I enjoy magic of tarot and spirituality. And I'm so grateful that you get to keep me as part of this magic, because alone, if I'm just doing a reading alone, it's one thing, and doing a reading for the collective, it's a different type of magic. And I'm so grateful that you guys give me this opportunity. And so we experience that type of magic together. I love doing this for you guys. Thank you for being around. Thank you for spending this sacred time with me. Love you. And let's get straight into your reading of what major blessings are coming towards you. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful, tiny little Moonstone, as well as, let's keep it right there, as well as the Forgotten card. So curious about what this card is going to bring in today as a message for you in terms of what major blessings are coming towards you. So let's keep it right there and find out together. And we'll be taking a look at your oracle cards first. Right, so you have Dagas, that's the rune Dagas. Okay, you have the Saturn in Scorpio with inheritance. And you have Saturn again in Cancer with charity. Okay, kind of seeing the same colors, blue and yellow, in the 3 cards. We'll find out together exactly what this is trying to say. You have daisies. So nice. Okay. Daisies. What was I reading about daisies a couple of days ago? I'll remember now as we take a look at your cards. Right, so now let's reveal your tarot cards. You have the Justice card. You have the Hierophant. Okay, so this is a major thing happening here with the Justice card and the Hierophant, especially that these two are a major arcana. You have the Devil card, again a major arcana. So this is a major event for sure, or a major blessing, I mean, happening in your life. And perhaps because I said event, it might be perhaps starting off with an event or something. Let's find out. 4 major arcana, and you have the Sun card. Wow. Wow, okay. You have the Ace of Pentacles, and after these major arcanas, we have a new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles. You have the 9 of Wands. I see a scarecrow here and the 9 of Wands. Oh, okay. You have the Boy of Currency. That's the Knight of Pentacles. And you have the Man of Wisdom. This is the King of Wands. Someone's acting like a boss here. Right. So much energy from this reading. So first of all, when we say major, actually I see 2 major blessings happening at the same time here for you in your life. 2 big things happening. And these 2 things aren't just big. I know I mentioned that 1,000 times, but this is genuinely major energy here. In fact, you have the Dagas rune, which literally means breakthrough. So there is breakthrough happening. Also, the Dagas has to do with polarity. So I can see that it may not have been this way, a major shift. With polarity, this gives the energy of a major shift a breakthrough in 2 areas of your life. And they are playing out in different ways. But yeah, let's get straight into them first before we just talk about them without getting into them. So I see something very personal here going on, and another that has to do with your career or finances. So Saturn in Cancer, in that case, Saturn is not like difficulties. In that case, we're seeing the element of Saturn when it comes to a breakthrough, right? Like breaking free out of something. Here we see a mother protecting its children away from, I don't know, something. This could be something legal or something rough, you know, a hard structure, and is being assisted by angels here. And to me, I feel like this has to do with first inner child. So we see business and finance, and we see a kind of a huge breakthrough happening with your inner child, especially with the forgotten archetype coming up. It's very surprising, and in fact you have both here. What I believe looks like a breakthrough with your inner child. Charity kind of shows that it's very kind. It's maybe something that not a lot of people get to experience, and I have so much layering that has to do with your card, seeing the Cholula pyramid. We'll get to that in a second. And with inheritance, I see also a breakthrough in finances. So, with regards first to your inner child, I feel, my dear pile number 1, that there is a part of you that you have certainly been keeping away from the world. And although it has been protecting you with the 9 of Wands, greatly protecting you, but it was maybe a toxic belief formed as a protection to your inner child. So it may have not been toxic when it was formed, because it could have served you very, very well as you were healing and growing. But now that you've reached a certain stage of healing, I feel like you're ready to blossom with the daisy. You know, the daisies, I once read, a couple of days ago, I read something about the daisies being called in Old English the day's eye. And the reason for that is because in the night, they would actually close onto this yellow part, and then in the morning they're fresh and they open up again, fresh as a daisy. So we see, and especially, by the way, the daisies, they also represent children and innocence. So again, we're getting the energy of inner child. And I saw inner child somewhere else as well. Can't remember where else I saw. Oh, yes. Speaking of Norse mythology, again, the daisies are associated with fertility and love, the goddess of fertility and love in Norse mythology. So again, we're seeing kind of inner self-love, inner child healing and blossoming. So at this stage of your life, there's a major shift in how specifically you present yourself to the world. Because here with the 9 of Wands, like I mentioned, with the scarecrow, perhaps you had a persona that was stiff and it was meant to protect you from the world. Perhaps it served you very well in growing your character, growing your personality, growing your strength. But it also scares the scarecrow, it scares the crows, right? So it could have also been a reason where you might have warded people off, the good with the bad, I believe. Because with the forgotten archetype, it really is so interesting, the forgotten. I think, let me get the guidebook. When I first read about this, it was talking about someone who was walking in the, because this is a deck about a fake, not a fake, like an imagination city that we imagine called the Citadel, and there is this canal, deep canal that reflected light, and I remember someone walking in between those cafes around the canal and not being seen, and people, and they not wanting to see people either. Let me read this part to you. Let me get the guidebook. Okay, so I'll spare you from the description of this place on the Citadel. If you would like to read it, please pause the video. So here it says, little cafes line the banks, filled with conversation and laughter. No one sees the figure that passes them by, gaze turned away. The forgotten does not speak nor hear nor even see. They are so certain that they have nothing to give the world that they do not even try. The social pressure to say and do the right thing can be overwhelming, and no one gets it right every single time. Absolutely. Don't allow the fear of making a mistake stop you from trying at all, though. Or you'll find yourself isolated from the very company that you crave. So I feel here that as a translation to the energy we're seeing, it may not be, of course, word for word. Or I see here that you may have kept yourself away from the public eye, kept yourself away perhaps from people. You can see that as protection here. You've kept yourself away from perhaps people that could have harmed you, harmed your life, but also kept angels away, people who could have been a great company for you. So we see, especially with Saturn coming up twice in conjunction with the Dagas, which is a breakthrough, I see that at this point of your life, you have done huge healing, especially with the Sun card. You're ready to open up. Your beautiful inner child is ready to open up to the world. I think this is something that will absolutely shock you because of all of the healing that's been going on. Maybe the toxic idea or the wrong idea, let's call it a limiting belief to be quite accurate here. The limiting belief is there, although the healing has been done. So the major breakthrough that you're going to see is that you're going to realize you don't need this persona any longer. I see that you will be surprised to find out that the color of your personality is coming out through you effortlessly. Because with the daisies, this means all this inner child energy. It means that you've always had this creativity with inheritance. I want to talk about past life in a second, as to the very reason why you have this colorful, strong personality. Perhaps that's why it was so easy for you to display a strong character. That was the easiest thing to do for you. But that's not the only aspect that you have to your character, that strong persona. You have a character that has not been seen, but is full of color. A character full of creativity, a character full of interesting things to say that would mesmerize people. I think that you are also someone who's blessed with great looks. And so it's like, the crazy thing in your reading, the crazy thing is, you're someone who's well-rounded, and I'm not surprised that you have this card. I keep saying we'll talk about it. I promise in a couple of seconds we will be. You're a full-rounded person who is obviously great at business and making money, which is something that we'll talk about soon. There's a huge breakthrough in this area of your life. You're very talented. You're the team player that would instantly be recognized as someone, that's a unique person in the team. This person is going to make it big one day. You're the person who people in your company would secretly know that they want you there. They want you to grow with them. So yeah, a person who is very colorful, also with the Hierophant, wise, again, not surprised. So you're a well-rounded person. You have a character like no one else, and you have been protecting yourself to heal pains from this world and pains from so many years, and that I'm sure of here. And so you did keep yourself hidden in a castle or your own world for maybe years, or for a very long time. I see that this is how it's going to happen. it's not that you're going to take the decision to be seen out in the public eye or to put yourself out there. I'm rather seeing an interesting way that this is happening. I'm seeing that your character, as you're healing, this is something that you're not maybe noticing, or maybe you are, but you don't realize to what extent. Your character will surprise you. I see that your character will slip out, your personality is going to slip from you naturally out of all of this blossoming here, and you will realize that your character is speaking, it's showing, people are listening to you, people are looking at you, because with the forgotten is the opposite energy here. And so with the healing, things are coming into balance, and polarity from the dagas, it's the other way around. Also, by the way, dagas is observation. Observing something. So people are noticing your character, which is opposite to the energy of the forgotten. They're reaching out to you. You have a lot of angels, kind of like people of the same tribe, people who are very interested in what you have to offer, seeing you shining, seeing you as so sweet as well. And I see that as you're naturally acting in a way that you would have in the past reserved yourself, will be your breakthrough. It will be your surprise, and you're like, hey, I'm doing this so easily. You're showing your beautiful character very easily, and from there you're healing this limiting belief. And that's why you also have the Hierophant with the radio. You're speaking, you're showing your character, you're communicating, especially with the parrot here. And your communication, your external communication, will be what's bringing this balance, because it's surprising you of how you're able to repeat with the parrot what you feel on the inside, on the outside, very easily. And so you're healing this very strong limiting belief that stood in your way, not just in this lifetime. It stood in your way of many lifetimes before. You could have kept, it's like you see a lion is keeping themselves stuck, and they're stuck in a maze, in a labyrinth, not knowing how to get out. A very strong character, and that's why it was the easiest thing for you to show. A strong character was the easiest thing for you to display to protect yourself. So a strong character was held. So I would say in that case, why you've been holding yourself back, because just like the devil suggests and the guidebook suggested, thinking that you don't have much to offer. I'm not sure. This could be something that happened in a past life, maybe in this lifetime, of course, but I have the idea that something happened a long, long time ago that shut your power, and it like left a fingerprint in your soul that your soul kept coming back to heal. The reading is very interesting. We didn't even get to the fun part with the career here. But let me finish properly everything that I'm seeing for you. It's only right for me to deliver the message properly. So I see here with the I remember things with... I memorize things with certain symbolisms. So sometimes it takes me time to just pick it up. The Cholula pyramid, which, is believed to actually have been built for thousands of years for Quetzalcoatl. If you've been watching Graham Hancock, perhaps you know that it could even have been built way longer than we think we have, thousands and thousands, maybe 16,000 years ago or something. At some time before there was a major shift in how human beings have been living, and whether we believe what Graham Hancock is presenting, he's open-minded himself. Is just opening up our minds to explore things. Whether or not this is the case, there's definitely been a strong civilization, years and years and years. And I see that you come from a time where humanity was very strong, Whether this is 5,000 years ago, 1,600,000 years ago, I don't know. But what I can tell you is you come from a time where there was a peak in human civilization. People were very... they were able to create and build amazing things that we may not even know about today. They had knowledge that we may not have known about today at all with regards to energy and secrets of the universe and who knows what else. So you come from a very strong time. I also do see that you had strong power at some point of during this great civilization. Not only did you come from this time, but I also see that you played a major role there. You had a big position. You had some sort of big power that you were very proud of. That you were very proud of. You had a voice that was heard, and perhaps even contributed greatly during that time. Something major hit you as a soul during that time. So maybe a war was lost, or some bad evil energy hit back that great power that you were creating. Something major happened, my dear pal number one, that took years and maybe even lifetimes for you to come back and try to heal a little bit of it every single time. And that's why, just like the Dagas shows us with polarity here, you have two polar opposite energies to your reading. An energy of a strong being and someone who would look at you and go, whoa, this is not an easy person to deal with. This is a very strong character. And it's very easy for you to display that very strong character. But also, you have a wounded, and that's why you have the inner child here, a wounded part of your soul that was greatly hit by an evil source, or something happened here. And it took you lifetimes to heal, to grow knowledge, to find knowledge, to heal that part of your soul that is a new aspect to you with that type of evil coming in. Took you lifetimes to maybe with the parrot speak up. It took you lifetimes to finally get to this point of breakthroughs. And this is why you have 4 major arcanas here. The first thing we've noticed right off the bat at the beginning of your reading, breakthroughs, major arcanas. I felt big, powerful energy here. And it was crazy and eye-opening, actually, to see these major cards when the main archetype was the forgotten. So inheritance shows me that you're now meant to receive what you've come here over lifetimes to heal. These days, you are about to blossom. And it's not like, okay, I'm getting there, let me work a little bit harder type of energy. Actually, my dear pal number one, I'm seeing something. I'm seeing that is going to come so seamlessly, so effortlessly, where you watch yourself be that character, and it shines out from you. You can see it even in the Hierophant here. It just comes out, shines through from you effortlessly. And as people are mesmerized by you and they're watching this blossoming process, or maybe they're meeting you for the first time, you too internally are like, whoa, did I just do that? Did I just be myself? Did I just be the inner child, that creative person, that interesting creative person that I always wanted to be so liberally and free? That moment is going to be a breakthrough that's going to change your life from this moment onwards, my dear pal number one, for you substantially. I heard in my mind something so weird. I just heard stay humble, which is not something I expected from this reading, because you seem to be like an old soul, but you do have an advice. it looks like you're going to be so seen, so free. You know, the expression with the Hierophant I'm seeing here is like being free in your own skin, being comfortable in your own skin, and just being yourself so fearlessly. Nothing is standing in your way, you know, no toxic person is standing in your way, negative ideas, judgments, you name it. No one's going to be able to prevent you from being yourself and to unapologetically say what you want, be who you want, act in the way that you want. And to you, the outside world is just moving, you know, whether they move in disagreement, whether they like you and clap, or whether they're walking away, whether they give you attention, whether they don't, you're just there shining, you know. It doesn't matter what's going on the outside. You're being you, and you're enjoying it, and you're being strong, which is not surprising because you already had that very strong aspect in you. And so, as a summary to this part of your reading, there is a major breakthrough in your inner child healing and how it's affecting how you present yourself to the outside world. You are breaking off, it seems, from an archetype of keeping to yourself, being forgotten, you know, people not looking at you, you not looking at them, you're like, whatever, to you shining where everyone's looking at you now, you even looking at you because you're surprised, and nothing can hold you back. Why? Because you're unleashing a superpower, your super strong personality. It's been, you know, tied. It's appearing, it's strong, no one can come near you, but you've been tying it up because of healing, right? Now, nothing is tying that strong character, and it's free to roam around. Perhaps this is why I suddenly heard in my mind, stay humble. So maybe that is a strong advice to keep that balance, because you are about to be shocked with your strong character just coming out. Nothing is standing in your way, my dear pile number one. And congratulations on this inheritance. Congratulations on you finally healing lifetimes of a horrible hit happening to you, it seems, thousands and thousands of years ago. And obviously that takes us to the next part of you being an old knowledgeable soul that has, that's why there's a lot of creativity here as well. An old soul that has so much knowledge, full, like I want to say, what do we say? An old soul, that's what I want to say. An old soul that has so much knowledge, not just your physical mind, your crown chakra is very strong. You hold ancient knowledge, whether you're aware of it or not, that is ready to come out. You're like a teacher, you know, just like what I've been seeing in the documentary of Graham Hancock. It's very strong in your reading here, especially that I saw this pyramid. It reminded me of the whole thing. With Quetzalcoatl, through what he's shown us is that he's come after a flood to show people, you know, the ancient learnings of how to do agriculture, how to bring justice and be a developed nation, how to do this, how to do that, to pass on ancient knowledge before it disappears. And so that's the kind of role that I see here for you. You may not be a teacher, by the way. In fact, this person looks like a business person. So whatever industry you're in, your creativity, your channeled creativity, your channeled ideas, your inherent knowledge of just having that common sense of knowing exactly what to do, what step to take next. You're just a brilliant person, pile number one. Very, very talented, brilliant person. I feel like it's going to help you build I think this is a very strong empire. You're maybe building a very big company that is just growing, and you're hiring more teams, or whether this is your own company, or if this King of Wands is talking about you working for a big company that has a huge effect on your industry, or maybe even the world. You have a very big position there. or you are about to have a very big position, whether this is your company or not, with a huge team that's just building things up in a crazy way that would not have been built without someone, this is the honest truth, without someone being as unique here as supposed to lead with the boss in this person's hand, boss cup. Now, how is this breakthrough happening? I see that there is a company or an organization, or maybe this is the company that you work in, that's ready to invest, or maybe this is an investor. You have someone ready to invest for this vision or invest in you. I see a lot of money coming in easily. You know what this reminds me of? Someone being rich and is not afraid of spending a large amount just to get things done. So what does this energy remind me of? It reminds me, for example, of a celebrity who has a lot of money, wants things to be done perfectly, and so to get things done, they're not afraid of spending a large amount on a title that usually would get a high amount, of course, but not that crazy type of amount, just to get things done in the way that they envision it. And so you find people who have that skill and go, oh my God, I mean, I have that skill, but no one is providing me that generous amount and appreciating me for what I can do. I feel like I have space to do it in the way I believe in. This celebrity is busy and I can do it in a way that is perfect. And so it's a kind of a win-win situation where one part is not afraid of spending so much on you to get that vision done. So let's take examples of this energy, because I'm sure this is a general reading. This could, you know what this is reminding me of? I'm getting a lot of ideas now. So maybe they're channeled for some of you. Like, they say Saudi money of really rich people who give a huge salary just to get things done right. Again, that's a type of example. I channeled another example here. What did I want to say? Oh, yes. Certain industries like petroleum, Hollywood, I don't know. Certain industries that give a lot, and it's like we all know, right? So that industry pays a hefty amount to get things done. So one would be very lucky to find a position like that. But of course, this could also be many different things. An investor that sees your incredible potential and talent and is like, right, I'm willing to pay you whatever it takes to get this done. This could also be an amazing proposal that you're getting, a contract with a huge amount, again, to get things done, and you're like, wow, this big money can help me do this, pay off that, grow a bigger team. What else? So a huge lump sum, very generous lump sum of money is coming from an organization or a person that is willing to spend this money because they have so much of it. Willing to spend so much. It's not creating a dent, and they're not stupid either. They know they're paying this amount to get results that no one else is getting. That type of energy. And so that's why you have inheritance here. A lot of positivity coming up in your life in this next phase of your life. Where with the inheritance card, when we think of inheritance, we think, whoa, free large amount of money coming in. When it comes to the inheritance itself, of course, I mean. So I feel like you are getting in your near future a generous lump sum. I want to say amount, but for most of you, it's going to be like an ongoing investment. This could be translated to salary. This could be translated to an investor being there, crowdfund, yeah, crowdfund with all the crows here, crowdfund, something like that, a generous amount that you will allocate to creating some sort of empire or growing your own business, or to that the company is allocating to your team. You're in charge of that, and you're growing the teams, and you're growing along with that. Also, this translates, because we see two things. If this is a company that's hiring you, they're investing in your talent, they're investing in your department, but you're getting a huge salary for yourself as well. So, my dear pile number one, major times ahead for you, a breakthrough, a transformational time in your life. So happy for you. I wish you the best of luck, especially that this coming time, either here in your career or in your healing journey, has been something that your soul has been coming back adamantly to make happen. It's happening for you, not just in this lifetime, but in these days and weeks or maybe months coming ahead. This is exactly what I see for you, my dear pile number one. I truly hope you've enjoyed this reading. I'm so excited for you. This is like a mind-blowing reading. I wish you the best. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books. They can really help you out in this amazing journey that you're on. The Productivity Handbook teaches you how to become a productive person right away, all while enjoying the journey. It teaches you not to depend on motivation, because as you know, motivation comes and goes. It shifts your mindset to the healthy way of looking at productivity, because it's not about, holding it and feeling the burn, because otherwise you're just going to drop it. It really teaches you techniques that many people, thousands of people around the world who have reached success have been using it. And it's the creative ideas that you can apply to your productivity that makes the journey very easy, very simple, and enjoyable. And if you would like to check it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And while you're there, you might want to check the Productivity e-cookbook. It's a book that is meant to help you find healthy, delicious meals that are cooked in a matter of minutes. This is a book that I've collaborated with a nutritionist that I really love and believe in, to bring 210 recipes for you. There's also a vegan version. If you're vegan, you might want to check it out. If not, you can even make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicates, and you'll have a plethora of healthy and delicious meals to cook for the rest of the year, maybe, who knows, for a long time to come, maybe even forever. I truly hope you enjoy these books. They've been done with the heart, with every intention to help you on your journey to actually make a difference. And again, if you're interested in checking out, you'll find them down in the description box. My dear pile number one, powerful reading. I wish you the best of luck. And my dear pile number one, you are never the forgotten. You are the one who's meant to shine. My dear pile number one, a big hug to you, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the zebra Jasper in the shape of a heart, as well as the weaver. So intrigued about your reading with the weaver here. Let's see how this fits into your reading today. And we're taking a look at a major blessing coming towards you. Let's find out what it is. And we'll be starting off with your oracle cards. So, you have the Isa rune. Okay. You have Venus in Libra with indecision. Okay, now it's taking us in a different direction than I thought. Okay. You also have Venus in Scorpio with secrets. Very, very cool. Actually, we can bring this down and put this right there. Also, 7 and 8 makes me think that something is going to be happening in sequence. And you have Rose. Secrets and Rose. Some truth is coming out for you, because, you know, Rose in Roman mythology, there's the this expression in ancient Roman, not mythology, in ancient Romans called Suda rose, which means when people are meeting and they sit under a rose, it means that they have to speak the truth. And also it has to be spoken in secrecy. It cannot come out of the room, and they would hang roses. And it's interesting that it came in conjunction to secrets, which definitely reminds me of the Suda rose. So looks like Isa is also, by the way, a rune meaning the self. So you are going to find out first and foremost about something that has been revealed to you. You'll find the sequence of something, and perhaps you're fated to know it now or something. Yeah, it's the right time for you to use that piece of information. It was hidden and now it's going to be useful. Indecision could mean that it was not, someone didn't mean to do that to you, perhaps. Let's find out together. I'm so intrigued about your reading. Wow. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the Six of Cups. I don't want to start like analyzing the cards, but I'm really thinking that something may have happened, like a secret has been kept away from your childhood, perhaps. Not necessarily, but let's take a look at the rest of the cards and where it's taking us. Wow, the Magician. It has the same blue as Isa, so let's see what that means. You have the Seven of Pentacles. You have the Three of Pentacles. You have the Five of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles with an acorn here, meaning a lot of good luck. We'll find out. It's coming also next to the Rose. You have the Seven of Swords. You know how they say with plastic surgery, which is what I'm seeing here, like changing the facade of something. Maybe something was revealed to you other than what it was, maybe, perhaps. And you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles again. That's really cool. I feel like this reading is full of secrets that we need to uncover together. So let me just take a few seconds here to look at the cards and perhaps find the connection. Find the connection here for you. Some truth has been tampered with that had a very significant effect on your life growing up, and that same truth being revealed at this time of your life will also have a great effect moving on in your life. I must say, I'm sure at least most of you, if not 90% of you, have no idea what this reading is about. Maybe some of you already know with the two eyes here, but for most of you, this is a secret that is going to be revealed to you. I heard in my mind in the next couple of days. That would be so cool if it happens like that. So let me uncover what I'm seeing in your cards so you can see it here with me. The Weaver, I see a ball of threads. In fact, speaking of which, the next pile also has threads and fate. I was about to say that this card reminds me of the ancient Greek, the three fates of ancient Greeks. You know how one of the fates holds the wheel of thread. It pulls it and it signifies the birth of a person or the birth of a life. The second fate puts it up and down, just like the Weaver here, signifying the ups and downs of this person's life, the creation that this person is going to do, what they're going to do with this gift of being given life. And then the third fate would cut the thread, signifying the end of this person's life. So here we see the middle phase, of course, the weaving. And this is why I feel like maybe a lot of you, if you're drawn to pile number 3, this is your confirmation here that it could be significant. I have no idea yet what's there, but it could be definitely, maybe there's more messages for you with regards to the major blessing coming. So we see that this secret or this information has had an effect on how your life was created, how it played out, and will have an effect on how your life is weaved or created for the rest of your life. I really feel that at some point of your life, my dear pile number 2, someone had to make a big decision on your behalf. You didn't make that decision. It was made for you, and that's why it was a secret. I'm not sure why. But it seems to me, to be honest with you here, with the indecision, that someone could have been running out of time, was stuck, was not free, or they didn't felt free. They needed balance in their lives with Libra. One way or the other has taken a decision that had a huge effect on your life. And they could have felt very guilty about it. They could have even been a good person. They're not necessarily a bad person, although they could be. But with the sequence here, they had an effect on the sequence of your life. So a secret is being revealed. Something that had an effect on your childhood. Let me think about that. With the 5 of Pentacles, perhaps you thought that you lacked something, although you never did. Something has been tampered with, like the kind of ideas I'm getting. I'll give you all the ideas I channel for this reading, but of course have an open mind to see how it's going to be playing in your life. But at least you get an idea of the type of energy. Like, for example, a mother who one day used to be with a rich person from a big family, but didn't tell their child growing up because she was protecting them from what this family would do. Maybe even changed their name or something. But then this person finds out as they grow up that as maybe the parent dies or something, that they have a huge inheritance that they never knew could happen in their life. So it's like kind of like dodging the bullet of harm, but at the same time getting the benefit. Another example could be grandparents saving a lot of money for their grandchildren so that one day they can get into the university that they want, and maybe even saving up for their future home to keep them safe, and never speaking about this money, and watching life has its ups and downs, and never mentioning this money until this child grows and it's time for the university, and this child is mesmerized and shocked by the amount of wealth that is there for them to support them with their university and their home. Someone who's very gifted athletically, who's been training their whole lives, and they had a dream to like be the champion of the world, for example, and their sibling knowing about it, their elder sibling knowing about it, feeling very jealous and feeling very intimidated by what their younger sibling is able to do. And so throughout their whole lives as they were training, they would tell them the results of their training. They would taper with it. And so growing up, this person had to push even more and push even more to reach that dream, until they finally feel, you know what, I gave it my best and I'm still not getting the results, and it looks like this dream is not for me. And then your sibling, your elder sibling in that case, would say, would reveal a dark secret, telling you that they have always tapered with your grades because they knew how gifted you were. They were jealous. They never told you the real grades. and now they feel really guilty about it. And there's the advantage of being gifted and pushing to the hardest, you know? So now this person has pushed as hard as someone who may not be gifted, and you know how far that takes someone, but they're gifted. And so now they realize they've gotten maybe timings or scores that are way higher internationally, and they can way higher. So knowing that when they join in, they'll definitely win, and like it's a piece of cake. So there's winning coming up. That's another example. Let me think of one more so that I don't waste your reading on examples, but it really helps me give you what type of energy this is so that you are able to channel your message out of this reading. Company policies that are set for perhaps certain positions and for a certain amount of years that you didn't know existed. And since you hit that point, you're getting maybe a large amount of money as a reward. Maybe it's even legal. Maybe it's something legally that you didn't know about. And speaking of legally, maybe this is taxes. Maybe you're, for one reason or the other, not going to pay taxes because you didn't know that you fell under a specific law. Maybe your product or service is under, and so you're getting the good news of not having to pay taxes. Something, you know, I tried to get as many examples as I could, knowing that this is a general reading. But whatever this is, maybe your secret's even way bigger than that. It looks like, I keep hearing in my mind the next couple of days, this is so crazy, but you know, it's channeling. So perhaps for a lot of you in the next couple of days, a big secret in your life is being revealed to you that affected the form of your fate in the past and will affect and shape the form of your future. Not knowing about this made you take a specific route and some certain actions and behaviors and routines, or maybe even habits in your life to build something, knowing that this did not exist, because had you known, you wouldn't have taken that route. And now that you haven't come near that huge blessing that was growing for you, now that you find out about it, again, I heard in my mind in the next couple of days, guys, this could be serious. It's gonna help you shift your life in such a magical way. With the 5 of Pentacles, this clearly tells me that life before was quite difficult. You felt like you lacked something that you're going to have an abundance of. You felt like, you know, taking a look at this card, I'm reminded of the song, Why Does It Always Rain on Me? And if you think that it was pretty tough on you, you've had this blessing always protecting you from what you were afraid of. And also mushrooms, they represent longevity. So it was always protecting you in the long run of something that you're afraid of that is never going to happen to you. So in the next couple of days, it seems for so many of you, a big secret is going to be revealed to you. And for a lot of you, with all the dollar signs and the pentacles in this reading, especially with the coins piled up here, I really feel for so many of you, the secret could be related to money, although not necessarily. And I think you're going to have your eyes open to what has been altered here, what has been hidden or kept from you. And you, as a result, will be handed over. Do you see that hand? Handed over a huge lump sum of money. And with that amount of money, I see you thinking, right, I was very lucky to receive that. What am I gonna do with it? And seeing the grapes on the money, this reminds me of like a network system. One thing having an effect on so many things. Each branch has different blessings. My God, like the grape. Each brand has a bunch of blessings. What does that make me think of? Oh my God, you even see it here. This makes me think, that you're going to be using this huge lump sum to make things grow for yourself in different areas of your life. So you're going to be using this money to unlock different areas of your life that you wanted to do. Take better care of your health and looks. Take care of your business. Like maybe this a huge amount is going to allow you to open up a dream business that you always wanted to do. Health again with the mushroom. I see a lot of people who are nicely dressed from different decks. So maybe you wanted to like open up your own designer company, like fashion design, makeup company, anything artistic. And I wouldn't be surprised. It's gonna help you create something, that's for sure. How did we forget? You have the weaver. So this money is helping you in different areas of your life, and it's strongly shaping your future. I see that this blessing, whatever form it is going to help you be able to weave your life in a way that you weren't expecting. Why? Because here we see an artist like making a carpet or weaving something, right? And as you're creating art, you have a vision in your mind and you start creating it, but then things start shifting. You see different colors together and it inspires you to do something else. Maybe a mistake happens and you're like, whoa, wouldn't this be a great idea? And you know, as artists, when artists become professional or like really in their art, you'll find a lot of them saying that I started off with something and then it's the art that took me. I wasn't the one who was creating the art anymore. I was the one that was being led by it. And so this is going to help you create a life and move in a direction that you were not expecting at all, no matter how much you thought about it thoroughly. And it's like the artist becomes so trusting of the art or the channeling that they're not so stiff anymore. The lines become straighter, cleaner, and they're able to allow the universe to move their hands in a very flexible way, the way it wants to move them, hence channeling this art. And once it's finished, it's the artist that first looks at it and goes, whoa, wow. And then people look at it and go, oh my God, I mean, this is a brilliant artist. And they are, of course, a brilliant artist. Reaching that level of fine art and being that flexible needs someone who's very fine-tuned to their senses. And they are also mesmerized by what comes up. So you're going to learn to be more trusting of how to let the universe move you, where you become a vessel. You're going to be so in tune with the magic of the universe that you're just letting it as you think. Of course, the artist at the end of the day has to use their expertise, pick up the brush and be disciplined for the painting to be done. But as they're working, they're allowing the universe to move them. So I feel that the next route, this big opportunity, as the secret is revealed, this is what the reading here is showing. As the secret is revealed, you get your blessing. The story doesn't stop there. It's going to allow you to start doing things from the heart, And artist, by the way, doesn't need to be an artist. This could be a scientist, you know. And just a quick example before we move to the idea I was talking about. Even scientists, that are trying to discover something. They found something here, something there. They're trying to find something revolutionary, and the universe hands them by accident. Like they come across a paper that was published that they had no idea about, that proves something, and they go, oh, well, if this is right, this means this and this and this, and I can put this together, and this probably means this. Oh my God, you know? So it's like they are the scientists, of course, but they allowed the universe to use them as a vessel to make that discovery. So this is big energy coming up for you, where you're getting this obviously lump sum for you to be a vessel for the universe to work through you to create something magical. You're gonna see your life shape shift in a grand way as this secret is being revealed. And you're not gonna imagine the directions that the universe is going to take you through, the life-changing experiences, the things you're going to be doing you did not expect, maybe the places you're going to visit, the type of work maybe even that you're going to do. You never know how major, in a major way, your life is going to shift with this with the secret. I keep hearing in my mind, I kid you not, in a couple of days. And sometimes I didn't even repeat it because I didn't want to be annoying in your reading, but I just want to make sure that I reveal this to you. I keep hearing in my mind in the next couple of days. So if I don't say it again and I'm hearing it, I'm not like taking this from you. I'm just like not annoying you, but I keep hearing it a lot. And this blessing is gonna, because the Three of Pentacles is here twice, is gonna allow you to collaborate, oh my God, with people you didn't think you could collaborate with. Maybe hire people you never thought you can afford to hire if this is your business. Be in a company that you never thought you could be in, or travel different places. Also be in an industry that you never thought you could be. The highlight here is things that you never thought you were gonna do or be part of, my dear pile number 2. And so with that huge blessing that for many of you is in the form of money, actual money, but not necessarily. Also, what's happening here is that your image to the outside world is changing drastically, almost to a point where you, because it's happening so fast, where you have what is called, for at least for a couple of days or at least for a little bit of time, what is called, oh my God, fraud? Wait, give me a second, I'll remember it. Imposter syndrome. So maybe for like at the very beginning of this journey, you're like, yeah, of course, I'm the CEO of this place. And you're like, am I? Wow. You know? Yeah, of course, I have a lot of experience being the CEO. Or, I'm the champion, of course. Or, yeah, of course, I'm the son of this person. Something like that. Depends on what it is. I'm using the examples that I mentioned in the beginning. It's like you yourself don't believe it. It's new to you. So you're still trying to believe the reality and believe yourself and believe this magical shift in the universe that happened for you and who you are going to be becoming. This is why you're the highlight of this reading that talks about fate. How everything is changing your fate in the next couple of days. So it's taking you, like I said, in major shifts that you're not expecting. It's like tapping into an alternate world where you were living one way and now you're living in another way to an extent where you can't believe it, you know, like going from perhaps barely making ends meet to being super rich, you know, for example. And you're like, yeah, of course. And you don't believe it yourself. Big energy here, pile number 2. I wish you all the best of luck with that. And yeah, so with the grape, I feel like it's affecting the nature of your whole reality in every aspect of your life, in the type of people you're going to be dealing with and meeting, the type of places, the type of activities, you name it. And it all begins by something being handed to you as part of your truth. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I wish you the best of luck with that. Guys, please do update me. I'll be so excited for you. And that's what I see. If you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books that can really help you out in your journey of becoming productive and achieving your dreams. The Productivity Handbook teaches you how to become a productive person right away and not waiting for motivation because it comes and goes, not feeling the burn and you know, going through something that you don't like, because at the end of the day, if you hate productivity forever, you're not going to be able to keep it up. And so it really teaches you how to have a healthy mindset to productivity, and it's full of techniques that can truly make it super easy for you and super enjoyable. It's techniques that people have been using to achieve success, to enjoy the journey. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And while you're there, you might want to also check out the Productivity e-cookbook. And although it is a cookbook, it was genuinely done with the intention to help you be a productive person. I've collaborated with a nutritionist to bring out 210 recipes of healthy and delicious meals that you can cook in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. There's also a vegan version. And if you're not vegan, you can perhaps even make use of both ebooks. There are no duplicates, and you'll have a plethora of delicious and healthy meals to choose from for the rest of the year, where you can make your meals in minutes and focus the rest of the day on what is important for you to achieve. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I wish you the best of luck. One of the most interesting and exciting readings I've done. Wishing you the best, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Goldstone. I heard golden opportunity. Let's see. As well as the Fate card. It kind of looks like the Z of Zorro with all the lines, especially. All right, so you have the Fate. Let's see how this fits into your reading. And today we're taking a look at a major event. A major blessing coming towards you. Okay, so you have Ewas. Okay, let me hold on the thought. You have Sun with Cancer, Sun in Cancer with resourcefulness. And in the 4th house. And you have Jupiter and Pisces with seduction. Okay, let me hold on the thought. Hold on. And you have the Moon word. So look at that, pile number 3. There seems to be a fated event, just like Zorro. Maybe like a hero, acting like some sort of hero, which means saves you from a certain situation that is changing your life. Because with Ewas, you have a change of season, changing how you experience life. Also, the Moon word, I've read that It could melt like even metal, eat away at metal, moonwort. So a tough situation that may have been as stubborn as iron, a powerful situation that had some sort of control over your life, is about to be unlocked, melted, untangled. This is a very rough situation. In fact, that reminds me of something in the guidebook of the Fate card. Let me bring this out. I think this is very relevant to the reading. Hold on. Okay, so the Fate. The Fate sees everyone and knows the strings that will entangle their lives. They're sworn not to interfere with the knots, but that doesn't mean they can't sometimes point out where they are. Whether you feel like you need it or not, some unexpected help is due to come your way. That's exactly what I see. Some unexpected help is coming your way that will melt away or untangle something that was very difficult, almost felt like it was impossible. It may not come in a form that you're expecting. I think this is a very important point as well. However, it may not come in a form that you're expecting, however. So keep your eyes peeled for signs over the next few days that will guide you in the right direction. So something is a little bit, really entangled in your life. This could be like a connection with someone in your life or a difficult situation at work, health issues, something you're trying to break out of. It's certainly talking about an area of your life that has been very challenging for you. And it almost felt like it was stubborn. It just wasn't gonna unlock for you. Maybe you even felt like you're supposed to just live with it. But I feel like something that feels heroic may actually come into your life unexpectedly, in a way that you didn't think would happen, an unexpected turn of events that will prove to be the one resource or the key that will finally unlock you out of this difficult situation. And we see with the Awaz, you experiencing your life in a different way. So there is a change of season, like with the winter, it's really cold and you're tired and you can't tolerate the weather, and then finally spring comes and the sun comes out and you experience positivity and you're not cold anymore and so on. So the way you're experiencing life is changing because of this difficult person, difficult life situation. Maybe it's alone, something that is making your life feel like it's stuck. Let's take a closer look on what this could be. So, my dear, pile number 3, you have the moon. Yeah, the moon definitely shows us that it's happening in a way that you would not expect it. No matter how many times you can think or imagine this would be unlocked for you, you're not going to see this coming. You have the 10 of Pentacles, and you're going from not knowing what to do or not knowing how to navigate through this, looking up at the heavens for solutions, to your life shifting. And this is energy from 0 to hero, again pointing to the Z. Yeah, going from 0 to hero, going from maybe very sad or something super untangled to something extremely blessed. You have the moon card again. What are the odds? Wow. Look, the one thing about your reading is that what's happening here is absolutely unexpected, but it's so strong it can melt through metal. And by the way, moonwort has magical properties over iron, not real ones, magic could be real, but I mean, the whole thing about moonwort, and the reason also there's a key here, is because it's described as having magical properties over metal, that it could open door locks. So it shows that something was stubbornly closed and it's opening. Wow, look at that. Ace of Wands. It's like having a magical wand. Wow, this pile is full of magic. There is no question about it. Something is fated here. And look at that Tower. I feel like it brought down something that was a barrier in your way. Brought down something that was big, was there for years, maybe even thousands of years. This is perhaps maybe even like bringing down something as stubborn as old ideas that culture or family has, bringing it down. So it could be something as stubborn as ideas. Let's find out. This is going to be so interesting, so cool. Look at that. We were talking about metals, you know, because even with Moonwort, it has magical properties with iron in general. If you read about it, the magical properties also talks about, you know, legend has it that even when the horses would run over the fields of Moonwort, it would melt their horseshoes. So yeah, it's interesting how it fell next to it as well. And whoa, look at that. You have the star, look at that. 10 million followers, thousands of likes. So someone watching, maybe you have a social media platform, or maybe your business has a social media platform. Maybe you have so many friends and relatives that are following you. Welcome to my vlog. So cool. Okay, so you have the star card and you have the Two of Wands. Here in the star card, of course, I can see you becoming very popular. So this entanglement, maybe you had an entanglement with a person, or like you wanted to do something, but culture or your family were standing in your way. And this is like a big moment, you know? It's like a big moment when society finally changes its mind about something or someone, realizing that maybe they have been bullying a certain group of people and it's time that we change our minds. Or maybe like examples of that, LGBTQ, or maybe when society wasn't fair to women, or maybe when society wasn't fair to a certain race, and so on. It's like a big moment here. So it's like a big unentanglement that you would not even expect would happen, because it's so entangled, it's so locked. And I get this idea, taking a look now at your reading, that it has to do with ideas, you know, ideas and the mind and the heart. And especially lining that it's in conjunction with the star, I feel like it will have an effect on your popularity or on your love. So I would say, as crazy as this is going to sound, there is a major shift in society, or a major shift in people's thinking around you about a specific topic that used to be unfair to you. And I see that you were one of the people greatly affected by this. There's a word for it when something is so I can't remember, when something is so unfair, simply because society or the group of people around you are so maybe closed-minded about it. They can't see your side. They can't see that there are exceptions to the rule. They can't see that the rule itself is so wrong. And you were maybe one of the people who were affected by this type of ideology, and it's falling under the 4th house, making me think that it was greatly affecting your stability. And you would never think in a million years, how can all of these people change their minds suddenly like that? It's almost magical. But, you know, it did happen in society and in reality many times. That's how we grow as a society. And it looks like this is a moment like that for you, my dear pile number 3. Whether the whole society is changing, or your family, or your small family, your big family, the group of people around you, who knows? Big mindsets are shifting around you, making you popular after feeling, with the 2 moons here, there's a word, I'm gonna get it. Ostracized, unseen. Also with seduction and the star, you're really wanted now. There's so much attention on you now that this new beginning with the Ace of Wands, rewriting reality. 10 of Pentacles shows that you're now being seen as the hero, and with resourcefulness now, a lot of people are asking you questions. You were right all along. So what do you think about this? What do you think about that? So much attention is on you now. What are you doing, pile number 3? You have a grand effect here on society. And I see the major blessing that's coming up is something is being introduced that's shifting people's minds. People are now weighing things mindfully, as opposed to going after what they believe in. The tower is falling of old ideas, and that really doesn't happen every day. It's creating chaos for a certain while, not onto you, on maybe this society. It's like a grand hit where people are like, what's going on? What is that? Everyone has their attention on what's going on, and perhaps truth being revealed as the tree or the tower is falling down, and this dogma is falling, and it's able to erase or eradicate even the most stubborn of ideas, bringing you to light, my dear pile number 3. This coming period of your life, you're going to be super popular, super loved, super appreciated. There's a lot of attention on you. There's a lot of interest on you, because here's the thing with seduction, especially in Pisces, expansion in Pisces. So it's like your mystery and curiosity towards what you have to offer, knowing that there was depth to it all along. You have a lot of people asking you questions with resourcefulness. They're like, so what do you think of that? How did you manage to go through that? Oh my God, suddenly your story becomes super interesting. You become the hero, right? Right, so you become the hero, making you experience life in a very different way from how you experienced it before. Within the same family, or the same country, or the same school, or the same culture, organization, you name it. I wonder what's shifting here. Something is coming down. Something grand is happening, making people shift their ideas. See, something coming down means maybe some sort of chaos or a catastrophe happening that makes everyone shocked. And it makes everyone stop and rethink about the effect of their ideas, like someone in society who, I don't want to say the word, it's not allowed on YouTube, but like someone who does something, is affected by something, it makes the whole society really stop and think, where did we go wrong? What did we do? Maybe a lot of parents being angry on television, saying this is the effect of these types of ideas, or something happening to someone in an organization where everyone around the country is like, this is unfair for the employees. Something like that is definitely happening for you, and it's quickly shifting things. And it's going to be done in a completely different way, where we see shape being forming in front of our eyes. You know how when we read in the guidebook, fate can't interfere, but it can point to something. So that's what's happening here. fate is not interfering, but rather putting people's attention on something, driving change, unentangling something that could have been causing entanglement in many people or in many families or many jobs, or and it's finally curing that generational problem. It's problematic. Generation could be generations of businesses, generations of families. Of course, take it how it resonates. It's coming out of the blue. This is so mysterious. You're not gonna expect this. With the Ace of Wands, there's a rewrite of fate and how everyone sees something and how things are being performed and how you're being viewed and how society judges things, or the community around you judges things, and it's becoming more just and fair. There's a build-up of a new tree here as opposed to the one that fell down, regrowing something, making a new foundation for people to stand on and to depend on, that is much more fair. And I actually see the old ideas being eaten, because you have the crocodile, and it reminds me of the ancient Egyptian god, is it Anut? Amet, with all the crocodiles. Amet, when people who are being judged over the things that they have done and their hearts are being weighed against a feather, if it's as light as a feather, the heart, that means this person was good and can move on to the next life and live a beautiful life. But if not, and their hearts were heavy, it means that it held a lot of hateful ideas, and which is kind of close to what we're talking about. And so here, the god Amet, who had a crocodile face, would eat this heart, and this person's life would be over. No more reincarnation, nothing. No more moving on to the next world. It would be the end of this person. So I see through that story, with weighing the heart and the feather, with of course in terms of talking about the god Amet. It's interesting how we have that here as well. There is eating of all dogma that are not going to exist any longer. It's going to be problematic. It's going to be something that is not allowed for people to do. That was quite unfair for you, pile number 3. No one is going to be allowed to hurt people like that. And it's giving you a lot of popularity. Maybe you are one of the people who will be, maybe you're opening a YouTube page or some sort of social media page to talk about it. Maybe you're going to be a resource for that, and people are watching you to learn from you. That's very specific, but maybe, right? And people learning from you on how to do things better, with an open-minded society listening to you like that. So that's of course very specific, and not everyone listening wants to do that, but the energy is going to happen anyway, whether it manifests on an exact YouTube page like the card is showing, or like a social media page, or in your real life, where people find you to be super interesting now. You're the highlight of society. People are like, "Whoa, you're that person. Please tell us more about that." And they saw something that was, maybe they saw it as uninteresting, to now it being the coolest thing. You know how, for example, in the old days when they called someone, "Oh, you're a geek or you're a nerd because you study so much and you're very interested in learning knowledge, you're not cool." And now geeking over something and being so knowledgeable about it is so cool, and people have shifted their mindset, that wanting to learn more about something, it doesn't mean that someone has to be uncool, right? It could be a very cool person who just loves learning about something. And so now geeking over something is so cool. It's so interesting, so cool. It gives you character, it gives you personality, it makes you interesting and mysterious, and so on. So there's a major shift in society that is happening. As a summary for you, my dear pile number 3, that is shifting it's a new season for everyone, not just you, but specifically for you, my dear pile number 3. And these old ideas are now being swallowed. You're no longer having to deal with that type of entanglement and be untreated fairly. And these ideas are coming down, and with it, you're gaining popularity and love. Very interesting reading, my dear pile number 3. I wish you all the best of luck with that, giving you a big hug, and wish you live a happy, free life for the rest of your life. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my 2 productivity books. They're there to help you achieve your dreams and goals in life very easily. Sometimes reading a couple of ideas could change your whole life, because if it's easy to apply, then it just shifts your life. The Productivity Handbook teaches you how to become a productive person in a very easy way. It teaches you not to depend on motivation because it comes and goes. It teaches you to have the healthy mindset towards productivity and not to try to endure tough emotions over and over where you could just let it fall. It really teaches you also techniques on how to implement productivity in an easy way. You don't see a certain task as intimidating anymore. You really enjoy the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. It's a small book. You're not going to procrastinate reading it, but it's full of valuable information that can help you. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And while you're there, you may want to also check the Productivity e-cookbook. I've partnered with a nutritionist to bring this out to you, and the idea is that it has 210 recipes of healthy and delicious meals that are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. There's a vegan version. If you're not vegan, you can make use of both ebooks, as I say, because there are no duplicates. And it'll give you a plethora of delicious and healthy meals to choose from, not just for the rest of your year, maybe the rest of your life, to be able to cook healthy, delicious meals in a matter of minutes and go on the rest of the day to do what is important for you. If you're interested in that, you'll also find a link to it down in the description box. And my dear pile number 3, thank you so much for tuning in. So excited about what's going on. I wish you the best of luck, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Smokey Quartz as well as the Astronomer card. Very, very beautiful card. Let's see how this fits into your reading today. And we're taking a look at a major blessing that is coming towards you. So to do this reading, we are going to start off with your oracle cards first. So you have the Algiz rune. Let's keep it there. Sensing the signs, perhaps. Okay. You have Moon in Virgo with order. Okay. Could this be talking about constellation with the order and astronomer? Like something happening at a certain time? Oh, you know what? Talking about constellation, coming up is the solar eclipse. Maybe this reading is talking about an event or something happening during the solar eclipse. I know it's not a constellation, but astrologically, it's the new moon in Aries. So it's like kind of the message to look up to the heavens to get a message. And looking up in the heavens is actually something very important. In fact, in the tablet of the emerald, I think, Thoth, the ancient Egyptian god Thoth, was saying one day people will stop looking at the heavens to Well, two is what I often think about looking at the heavens. What was Thoth referring to? Is like, do we get signs? Is it about signs? Is it about the heavens guiding us? So, especially with the algaes, kind of looks like the antenna. Of course, algaes means the, what is it called? The antlers. And they were carved in Norse by Norsemen in their spears as a sign of protection, also a sign of victory. So look at these days and what's happening astrologically, especially with the sun here. It could be the solar eclipse, and it looks like also another event happening in June to look out for. Look at the heavens. And the sixth house is the house of health, also work. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards and find out together what this reading is trying to say. So, you have the moon again in Leo with appreciation. So this also tells me that, especially with the cornucopia, blessings coming in. So, as we can see here, we see the sixth house, we see blessings coming in, and we see you picking up signs from the heavens about major shifts to look out for. Okay, let's find out together. You have the mistletoe. This is a big story here. And speaking of Norse mythology, the mistletoe has a very big story in Norse mythology about the goddess Frigga and her beloved son Boldure, who got killed and then revived. We'll talk about that in a second, so that adds fully to your story here. Okay, let's now take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the Two of Wands. There's a lock here. You might have been drawn to pile number 3. All right, and if you are, you might check it out. So you have the Two of Wands. You have the Eight of Cups. Ooh, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Very interesting. You have the Star card. Again, in both cards, I was just about to tell you in this Ten of Pentacles, you wouldn't know it's the Ten of Pentacles unless you read it, because it kind of looks like the Dark Night of the Soul. And even here in the Star card, you have the La Llorona, and it's the Star card. So I'm seeing to look out for the heavens, because some difficulty in your life is changing to a big blessing. And for a lot of you, this could be, you could sense the beginning of this major change during the next solar eclipse, which is happening in April. And of course, this is the timeless reading, but if you're watching this now, it's in April. So you have the Ten of Pentacles again. Wow. Major celebration here. Okay. I feel like putting it here, so I'm going to leave it there. You have the Six of Swords. You have the Hierophant. Looks like there's a message in today's tarot reading. Or maybe you've been getting promises of it being unlocked in your tarot readings. Whoa, Eight of Wands looks like the time is now for this to launch. Okay, let's take a closer look at what this could be saying here. I feel right off the bat that this pile, you're going through a difficulty, a real difficulty. And La Llorona, she's like the siren that calls out into the night. It's in the Star card. So maybe you've been seeing in your tarot cards, or the messages with the Astronomer, of course, with the messages that you've been seeing, that things are going to get better. You know, the star calling you, it's like, it's going to get better. And you don't see any signs. But see, even with the Astronomer, if we think about the Astronomer, they're only able to see the stars so brightly in the darkest night. So the signs have been increasing, and they've been showing you the way in your darkest night. Not to give you false hope, but to show you, to call you to the other side, to show you that there is hope. And that's why you have the mistletoe. Because in Norse mythology, Baldur was hit by a spear of the mistletoe. Long story short, it's like the goddess Frigga was so sad, and the Earth's weather changed because of her sadness. Life on Earth was dying. And so at the end, Baldur was saved, was able to come back to life, and the goddess Frigga had a change of relationship with the mistletoe, and she now loves it, where she made it a symbol of love, where people would kiss under the mistletoe. So this reading here in pile number 4 talks about an area of your life, or maybe your whole life, going through great difficulty. I would confidently say dark night of the soul, where you've been getting promises, constant promises through the heavens, through the signs, that things are going to be okay. You've been getting specifically a lot of tarot readings. I'm not surprised. You are watching a tarot reading telling you, and we see the constellation here again, telling you that things are going to be okay. And look, it's pointing to constellation, and of course the Hierophant being associated with Taurus. Again, we're seeing April. So something significant is happening this month, where it used to be so cold, and it's like a certain death happening, a death of the soul, and of it being like a soul's journey, and a revival happening this month. A wake up is happening this month, where it used to be locked. You now have the key to unlocking that difficulty from your life. The universe is giving you the key to finally unlock and move away from this energy. 10 of Pentacles twice in your reading. April will mark the beginning of your fruitful life. Something major is launching at a great speed for you in April. And this is a moment to remember in life. This is the day where we visited, or the day we landed as a human race on the moon. And of course, we have Neil Armstrong's words of it's a one small step for a man, but giant leap for one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. So it's one major event happening in your life in April that will bring blessings that are unthinkable. Are these blessings happening now? Again, look at the heavens. Wow. So something is launching in April, and by June to look at the heavens again, because it's going to unlock something maybe in a crazy way. Launch could be many things. Launching a business, launching a social media page, going to an interview at a certain time, launching your career, proposing something. Maybe you've already proposed something, there was silence for a very long time, and it's starting out in April. You're getting a phone call. Looks like this is someone answering their phone through their watch. And look at that. This event is the beginning of what you have been promised during your tarot readings. It's a monumental time of your life. Perhaps for some of you it's on the, oh no, of course not, 8th of April, that's crazy. No, but maybe first half of April, maybe. Yeah, well, first half of April is during the eclipse. It's mid-month. In terms of timing, we did get a timing. What am I thinking about? Yes, during the solar eclipse and the new moon. That's a confirmation, because the solar eclipse is in the new moon of Aries. During this launch, you're now finally moving out of this, like officially moving out of this difficulty into calmer waters, into the direction that you want. But look at the Six of Swords. They're dressed nicely. Their boots are waterproof. And so it shows me that as you're coming out of this, you're coming out of it ever so gracefully. Because especially in the beginning, when you're coming out of something, it could be challenging. You know, it doesn't look pretty. You know how they always tell you the final result looks pretty, but in the beginning it's not so pretty. And yes, for you, of course, the dark night of the soul itself was not pretty. But the launch, the coming out of it, is very clean for you. You won't have to go through the type of struggles coming out of it that would usually happen. It's like waterproof. You're being protected from the sort of challenges that would happen as one comes out of a difficulty. Like, for example, let's say someone finally gets their first job after a long time of having no money at all. So they finally got that, but they have to suffer in the first few months, you know. Maybe they don't have the money for transportation, so they go to work and it's maybe a long distance and they have to endure the weather, and they have to, and they're not fit yet because they haven't been walking these long distances. And when they arrive to work, they feel like everyone is so posh and they haven't had the opportunity yet to get the nice suits or the nice dresses or the nice outfits that would seem so professional, and all sorts of, you know, problems arise with that new beginning. They don't have the money yet to buy the type of lunches they need with these long hours. They have to wait until they go back. They have to pretend that they're not hungry. Maybe they're thirsty. They can't, and so on. They have to endure with the new beginnings, not knowing the job as well as everyone. There's so many challenges. As much as it's a blessing, there's so many challenges until this person finally is able to enjoy it in the way that they've imagined. But here I see that you're going to be very lucky in this area with the launch. You're moving out of it and getting into your blessing ever so gracefully. Maybe you won't have to go through the same type of challenges that other people would as you walk out of this tough time into the prosperous times of your life. Because maybe you won't have to go through financial losses to get it. You won't have to maybe feel embarrassed. You won't have to feel like it's not working. Sometimes that's the problem. You know, getting out of something, it takes time to learn and to get the hang out of it, to do it properly. I feel like you're really protected. It's happening for you and it's launching quickly from April to June. That's big energy, and you're really being protected from the natural things that can happen in one's environment pertaining to that move from that area to the next. So it's a very swift, graceful, kind, so protected navigation, transfer of energy that is happening for you. And this is why you're really being guided to, this is a time of your life to look at the heavens. Looking at the heavens is maybe following astrology, maybe following the signs you're getting from tarot readings, listening to your signs, however way you prefer it, my dear Panda. Before, it's very important that you listen to the signs these days. They will be guiding you on the choices to make, on the advice that you need, on how to protect yourself, on how to move. They will be giving you the hope that you need, because sometimes right before you reach something is when you're most tired, and it's when you need the encouragement the most. So listen to your signs very carefully these days, my dear pal number 4, because you're on the brinks of a major lifetime change that is very prosperous in your life. And it is happening during the solar eclipse all the way up to June, where you're going to be seeing major things happening from that time until the 6th month, or either 6 months from now or in June. My dear pile number 4. That's why you have Algiz, you know. Also, Algiz is protection. You'll be very protection through this transitional phase. But just like the arrow or the spears, it's right on target. You're getting exactly what you want, and that's why you have the 10 of Pentacles twice, showing great prosperous times that you have no idea how it's going to change your life. And because of that, this is a monumental time of your life. Finally unlocking a great difficulty that's been going on forever. You know, you can wave goodbye to it, but always remember, you're able to open that up now. My dear pile number 4, there's a strong message here, because for an astronomer to see these stars brightly, they have to see it during a very dark night. And it may have been very difficult, but it showed you the way in the brightest way it could have showed it to you, in the way where you would hear it the most. And this information and the things that you have learned are so essential to the other part of your life. And had you not heard it in the way you've heard it, these messages and these learnings, you wouldn't have been able to experience your life to the fullest in the way you've always wanted to enjoy it. My dear pile number 4, I feel this is part of your message for sure. And so the darkest nights, you may not have been physically hearing anything or looking at anything. Maybe there were no signs at all, even at some point. But they were so dark, pushing you to see things about yourself, about your life, about the truth that otherwise you would have never been able to listen to had you not turned the volume down of your life, to be able to hear the sirens calling in the background, guiding you to look at things that were screaming that you never had the time maybe to look at. And it was about time for you to make that rebirth in your life. And I see you've gone above that. See, with the giraffe's head, you're able to see way up ahead as opposed to what you were able to see before. With the long neck, you're able to see further ahead. You're able to get a bigger picture of how things are done properly. Unlock these ideas maybe that you had. Unlock the very same things that used to hurt you are now going to be the very things that bring you the blessings. And how were you going to be able to use these blessings to your advantage had you not learned to deal with them and love them? Because otherwise you would have avoided them, and it would have been the very lock, as it always were in your life, preventing you from moving forward. So really, just like the astronomer shows us here, in the darkest nights, the bright stars appear. It gave you a different perspective. You definitely have grown. You have seen things from a different perspective. You've left the energies that weren't supposed to be there. You've created space in your life to introduce for the energies that are meant to come to be introduced and have the space to come in. And you were able to finally hear the things that maybe you were afraid to look at, afraid to admit, afraid to look at, afraid to learn, or maybe not afraid. Maybe you just weren't seeing it. And at the end of the day, with the astronomer and the constellation looking at the heavens, it definitely caused you to create a strong bond with the universe that will always be the guiding light to anything that happens. And once you create that connection and be able to understand your signs, find tools, different tools like tarot, astrology, or maybe your own heart, being able to see the signs and understand them, you're forever connected. And no one can take that from you. No matter how life changes, no one can take that from you. And that will always be your guiding light to take you to the other side. My dear pile number 4. Forming that amazing connection. And so, like I said, in the next week, by mid-April, there is a solar eclipse and something's launching. I want to look out what's launching here for you. It is a general reading, but this is a major event here in your life. So let's see what's launching. Can we kindly get more information for pile number 4 on what's launching? Ooh, temperance, an alchemical process. So, also temperance is about something manifesting for you. From the spiritual world to your world. Is this a major wish that you had in mind, perhaps, that's launching? Okay, in what area of their lives? Again, I know it's a general reading, but just trying. What area of their lives, please? Ooh, Death card. Huge transformation. This is coming out for sure of the dark night of the soul, and your world is transforming. So for a lot of you, with this major event, you're finally ending whatever it is with this major event. A wish is coming true that is taking you out of all this darkness. And the Queen of Cups. I'm seeing it's a wish coming true. Something that you've been hoping for, maybe something that you've hoped would work. So this could be so many things. This could be a project launching. This could be getting into a loving relationship. This could be... this is weird, but here La Llorona, there's a little bit of a dark story to it. She killed her children and she wakes up every day regretting it and calling for them every single day, reliving that experience. So maybe with La Llorona here, some of you are transforming your connections or relationship with your parents. That could be part of it. It could also be a major event that's launching, that's helping you in different areas of your life. A wish come true or wishes coming true. Your finances, your work, your relationship with others. Yeah, see, I was sure, because it is a general reading, and I know that everyone's going to have a dear wish to their hearts that they're hoping for, that is really different from everyone else listening. So at the end of the day, look out for a major wish finally launching and happening and coming to life. And my dear pile number 4, this is exactly what I see in your reading as to what major blessings are coming towards you. This is a major monumental time of your life that's bringing in forever prosperity. My dear pile number 4, this was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity books. My productivity handbook teaches you how to become a productive person right away, all while enjoying the journey. It teaches you not to depend on motivation because it comes and goes. It teaches you not to burn yourself out because at some point you're just going to drop it. It teaches you the healthy mindset of being productive, with techniques that could change your perspective forever on how to handle tasks, tackle them, and enjoy the journey. And if you'd like to check it out, You'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And while you're there, you might want to check out the Productivity e-cookbook. That's another book that I was passionate about that could help you in your productivity journal. I partnered with a nutritionist that I really love to bring out 210 recipes that are healthy and delicious and are cooked in a matter of minutes, giving you the rest of the day to do what is important for you. There's a vegan version if you're vegan. If not, you can perhaps even make use of both ebooks because there are no duplicate recipes and you have a plethora of things to delicious and healthy meals to pick from, perhaps even for the rest of your life. You'll have everything like breakfast, lunch, dinner, smoothies, salads, desserts, you name it. It's all in there. It was done with love. I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll also find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And my dear pile number 4, all the best of luck with this major shift and major wish launching for you in the next couple of days. I wish you the best of luck. And my dear pile number 4, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.